Hello, hello, my lovely Libras. Welcome to Vivid Vibration Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming full moon in Sagittarius. We are looking at a lunar eclipse. It's the blood moon, I think is like the name of it. And yeah, we're in quite a few retrogrades right now, so the energy is like intense. I'm curious to see what's going to play out for my air signs. My fire signs were definitely facing a lot. It seems like the energy there was a lot of just purging, like purging out all of the bad. So, I don't know, Aries, let's hang on for the ride. Yeah. Let's see what we have here for my leaves. Okay, we have Thanatos, the storm, the hunter, the gem, the siren, the lover, and the forest. I want to say that there's an idea of release here. That there is like I want to say like there's this something that you've been involved in, something that you've been, kind of like the idea of like an entanglement, yeah. And I kind of want to point out the fact in this card, they're holding hands. It's like everybody is willingly a part of this like web of I mean, Thanatos is death, it's I almost want to say like a web of lies, like I'll lie for you if you lie for me, and we'll all live in a bed of lies, and isn't it lovely? It's kind of like the feeling of what I have from that card right now. And I think that it has, I want to say, like it's been a comfortable location, and yet it's also been one of those things where you're like, it's fragile, because if one person acknowledges truth in this web of lies, like the whole web's gonna like fall down and break apart. And I kind of get the feeling that's what's happened, is that there's this, like somebody in the bed of lies fancied themselves a truth, and shit hits the fan. Like the storm is that idea of, like chaos and confusion, and you can't see, which way is up. And it's like when you do catch a glimpse of anything, it's just long enough to, I almost want to say like cause more confusion, like the reflection off of the rain is, like makes it even more, that just like causes almost like this shock to the eyes, like when you're in the dark and then, somebody turns a light on and it's like, like it hurts your eyes. And then when they turn the light back off, now you just see all these dots, like, is kind of the idea of just like, there's like something goes down and sends you off toward someone who I think you feel very, very drawn to, and I like they're like a calling. The siren is a card that speaks to the idea of, like you can't escape the call of the siren lest you tie your hands to the mast. And I really don't think, Libra, is that in this instance you've got your hands tied to anything. In fact, I feel like there's almost like this sense of liberation. Which is cool. I like that for you guys. Okay, so we have the gem. And the gem is, a card that speaks to the idea of undergoing a great deal of pressure. Kind of like, I want to say like the diamond in the rough. I never really noticed this before, but like, okay, so I don't know if y'all can see it. That it's kind of almost like the worms, kind of like in the underworld. It's like all grubby. I feel like there's like this gem that's like in this grubby, and that could be you, Libra. I really don't think it is though, because I kind of feel like you guys have been laying in the bed of lies. And it's been comfortable for you, right? Like you guys have been like comfortably participating in this entanglement. Okay, so let's move on from that. And then, so there's somebody who I think, carries a great deal of value. I'm not sure if this is you or another person. We'll figure that out with more clarifiers. But whatever it is, I think that you are definitely coming in as the hunter. Like you've got your sights set on something, someone, and you are headed for them, because to you, they are, like it's like a call that you can't ignore. And I think that, when you see this person, like you view them as the person that you love, the idea of that ugly duckling is popping into my head right now, and I feel like, especially with the idea of the gym, just kind of that idea of, like they were in this rough environment, and like the swan grows up to be beautiful, but it didn't start out that way, and the gem didn't start out as a gem, it started out as a lump of coal, and it's just kind of this idea of like this massive transition, I want to say, that's like taken place before your eyes, that is like calling to you, and you're wanting to go. The forest is this idea of like a whole new world. We're like bust out in that song from Aladdin. But it's that, charts on paths uncharted. It's something that you haven't experienced yet. And there is kind of an idea with this card of, there are friends and foes alike in the forest, and you have to be careful, when you go into the forest, because, it can be a frightening place, and yet, it's exciting. There's an allure to it, because it is a new place. It is something that you haven't ever done before. It's like one of those things where it like, I almost want to say like it ignites this sense of adventure in you. Like you felt almost lethargic laying in this bed of lies. I don't know why that keeps like, that is like the phrase that is hanging on right now, is this bed of lies. But it was almost like this lethargy that you experienced there, and I kind of like this image of I don't know, those like cartoons, where it's like this fog, or this steam that's, kind of like saturated in an environment, and that fog is, it's almost like that fog is this, it's that like that poison of apathy, like this, well, I don't even care, I feel like excuse me, sorry. I feel like it's that idea, I'm allergic to it. That fog, You know, but it's but it's that idea of if you've been almost like under this spell of apathy and le- lethargy. Is that a word? I mean, it's a word, but like, did I say it right? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so that's what I'm getting with this for my leaves. Let's see what else we can get here for y'all. Okay, we have quite a few cards here. The Chariot and the Sun, Wheel of Fortune, and Major Arcanas. What? Two of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. So I'm going to say 8 of Cups is going with the Storm, maybe Thanatos, although honestly I feel like Thanatos is not, like, I don't feel like Thanatos is like a sad place or a scary place for you in any way. Like, I feel like you are like comfortable there. You know, it's like there's just some sort of like fog that like covers that area of your life where you're just like, was it like the Wizard of Oz when they just lay down in the field and they're just like, we're just gonna stop here, you know? And it isn't until somebody snaps out of it and is like, wait a second, this isn't right, this isn't where we're supposed to be. Like, what, like, we were supposed to be headed to Oz, you know, we have a goal here, come on people, get your shit together, you know. Like, I feel like that's what's going on with this. And there's an element of just like of sadness. I almost feel like it's a mourning of like a loss of that place of comfort. Because I don't feel like it's a sadness of anything, you know, it's almost like this, I'm sad to let it go. That's what I feel like is coming through with this card. Like, you woke up and you saw it and you're like, you're sad about it, but you're not sad to be free from it. I think you're sad to leave it behind. Isn't that the same thing? I don't know. But I mean, you know, it's just kind of that idea of like, but I was comfortable here. Now I have to leave. I'm sad about it. And yet, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, you know, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles. And I feel like there's this idea of like, there's somebody who you're looking to partner with. For some of my Libras, it could just be, you know, like there's this other job that's waiting for you that you're going to be, you know, going into, that's going to be more lucrative. It's going to be, you know, a better environment. But I really do, I mean, with the Lovers and the Siren, and, you know, I'm going to kind of get the feeling this is more of like a partnership. So when I say it is a partnership that's going to bring with it like a greatness of abundance. You know, I mean, I feel like when you partner with this person, rather than being in this like comfortable level of lies and apathy, you're going to almost like be elevated to a place of like motivation and drive. Because rather than, I mean, like, you have this idea of apathy, and then you have this idea of like pursuit, and there's nothing apathetic about pursuit, you know, and there's nothing apathetic about like something that calls to your soul, you know, calls to your spirit, calls to your body. I mean, you know, I mean, like the Siren is, you know, kind of like carries with it that sexual connotation as well. But you know, it seems to be like this, almost like this, like a snapping out of something, which makes sense. The Wheel of Fortune is, you know, kind of like that, like waking up, and then all of a sudden, you know, wanting to move towards something, you know, with a great level of focus and desire, and you know, like nothing can keep you from this. I mean, this to me says nothing can keep me. hold me back. You know, like there's no amount of fogged over apathy and a bed of lies that will hold me in place to keep me from what it is that is actually going to bring me a high level of abundance. You know, a lot of value. I feel like this is going to add a lot of value to your life. Whatever partnership this is, you know, is going to really change your luck, and move you toward just, I mean, the sun is a card of merriment and joy and success, abundance, happiness, you know, celebration. I mean, you know, like the sun is like all positive things, you know. Okay, so let's see what else we can get from our leaves. The Chariot again. Damn. Chariot, the Emperor, Fairy Stallion, which is the Chariot, and the Emperor, the Magician, the World. Wow, y'all have some, like, a ton of major arcanas in this read. The Eight of Swords. That was it. That was everything that popped out. Okay, so, I mean, y'all have the Chariot twice. You know, the Emperor and the Sun, the Magician and the World. Okay, so, I mean, the Eight of Swords is, you know, a card of mistrust. I mean, this person has been through the ringer, we'll say, and they don't really necessarily have the most faith in whatever it is that's going on. Honestly, I kind of want to say this is you, Leaves. Like, I feel like there's a part of you that is approaching whatever it is that you're approaching, you know, even though you're very decided on it. I think that you're approaching it with this level of, you know, like, but I'm still aware, you know, like I've come out of this fog and now I'm going to approach it with an awareness. The crows in this, you know, but I'm decided about it. You know, I mean, I feel like there's still this level of decision, because something, you know, I mean, that the world is the end of a cycle. I want to say the end of the cycle is, you know, this bed of lies that you've been laying in, you know, and you're sad about it. You know, I don't feel like you're releasing it with this high level of joy. I feel like you're releasing it, but, you know, you're releasing it with like this, well, let's see what's to follow. You know, like this cycle is going to end, and yet I feel like I don't think this is like your dominant energy. I feel like this is like just an underlying emotion that needs to be recognized. You know what I mean? Like it's there, but it's not ruling your movements. It's just present in your experience. And I think that's a good thing, because, I mean, if you're going into the forest, you know, it was kind of like I said at the beginning, you know, like you know, the idea that, you know, the forest is full of people who are both your friends and your foe. You know, like, be careful who you trust. You know, you're going, I feel like you're going into this place with someone else, you know, and there's this idea of like, almost like protection. I mean, you know, the Emperor is very decided, but he can also be very controlling. And I feel like there's just this idea of, you know, like, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this with this person, but I need to know that I'm not alone on this journey. There it is. That's where it is. That's what it is. You know, it's like this, you need to be reassured. And I feel like these cards are all saying, you know, like you've got a partner who is bringing to you a great level of abundance, happiness, joy. You know, I think somebody who wants to move forward with you. You know, I mean, you have the Chariot here twice, and the Wheel of Fortune. You know, like I think that you're really able to harness that magic, and move into this new beginning with somebody, you know, that's going to lead you into an environment that's full of reasons to celebrate with this person. But there's this idea, I almost want to say, this idea of the siren's call calls out to, like, the siren's call is heard by many. I feel like there's an element of jealousy here. Of, you know, like, there are going to be a lot of people that want this person, and you want to know that this person is going to be with you, and you want to go into the forest with this person, but you want to go into the forest with this person knowing that you're not going to have to fight them because they're caught up in the attention of other people. Like, do they value me the way that I value them? There's that question. That's what that is. I mean, and that's a reasonable question, you know? I mean, I feel like that's if you're leaving behind something that you've been comfortable in, even if it is a bed of lies, you know, like, if you're leaving that behind to go into, you know, an uncharted territory, then absolutely, I think that is 110% like a reasonable fear and question to have, you know? And Libras, I think that when you're willing to make that decision and move towards that, I feel like this is saying, you know, like, this person, I mean, the Two of Pentacles in this card, I mean, you can see, like, they look at each other. They mirror each other. They, you know, like, this, it's like the image of the butterfly. The butterfly is complete because they're together. You know, I mean, like, they're wrapped up in each other. They're not looking elsewhere. You know, like, they fly because they fly together. And I really do feel like this is something that, like, it's not going to be a concern of yours once you move in that direction. I think it's just something that maybe you're fearing at the onset of it all, you know? Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, and the Three of Pentacles. You know, the Five of Pentacles, I feel like, really kind of comes in again with this idea of the world, you know, the Eight of Cups, you know, just like this walking away from this cycle, walking away from this comfortable bed of lies, you know, and taking that movement. I mean, because here's the thing, Leaves, you guys have a lot of movement, you know? A lot of movement, but it requires walking away from a cycle. But what you're moving toward is something that's changing your luck entirely, because you're moving towards love. I mean, you got the Lovers and the Lover. I mean, I feel like this partnership that you're moving toward is beautiful and shared. It's a shared experience. You know, like, I don't think you're alone in this partnership. In fact, I know you're not alone in this partnership. I know for a fact, you know, that with everything here is saying, you know, like, that this decision that you're making is moving you in a major way toward sincerity of love and partnership. Because what you've been chilling in is a bed of lies where everybody's lying to everybody else and everybody acknowledges that everybody's lying and it's fine because we're all going to lie. This is the land of truth and honesty and love and companionship and partnership and trust. These people trust each other. They take care of each other. And, you know, and I think that's, you know, that's what you're moving toward, Leaves, in a big way. I mean, the Hunter, the Fairy Stallion, the Chariot, you know, and you're wanting to, I think, go with this person into that next realm, you know, that uncharted territory. And I think that once your fears are tended to, and honestly, Libra, I kind of get the feeling that this person is going to be so attentive of you and so, you know, like aware of you, that you will feel cared for, you will feel seen, you will feel heard, you know, and if there is a fear that occurs, I think this person will, it's like weeding the garden. Like they'll pull that weed and they will make sure that whatever it is that needs to grow actually grows. And I think that is really just pushing you in this direction of, or not even pushing you, calling you to come to, you know, this new realm of life, where you can, I want to say, like, lead the way with this person, because I do get the feeling that you are the leader in this, you know, where you're leading the way and you're saying, okay, come on, let's do this. Let's go do this together. Okay, Leaves. Whew, I feel so much better about this read. I was nervous AF. My fire reads were like, So I'm glad that my errors are not quite in that arena. Let's do one last archetype and we'll call it a read for my Leaves. The Father. This is a card of feeling like, you know, it's kind of a pedestal card. You know, and honestly, you know, Libra, I feel like there's this idea of, you know, like you had me on a pedestal, or I was on a pedestal, or you had them on a pedestal, and then I fell off the pedestal and I was no one. I feel like this is that insecurity, you know, like, like I'm only human, you know, and can you accept me as I am? I feel like that's really, you know, like that's your question. Can you accept me as I am? As I'm only human. And that's okay, Libra. Everyone's only human. That's what I want to say to that. It's okay to be human. We all are only human. No one is perfect. Perfection is unattainable. But, you know, but love and connection are attainable. And I think that's what you're really moving towards in a big way, which is fantastic, and I love it for you. So happy. Love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.